Alright, what is up my friends? Welcome to the Monday video here on CoolStuffInc.com. We're playing some Historic Anthology came out, the Explorer Anthology came out. I'm still pumped about it, honestly. Love Historic a lot as a format. And one of the things Historic hasn't really had is like a true burn deck. There's been mono red aggro decks, but they're often more like the aggro decks of Eldraine Standard, just like 36 creatures, 4 Embercleave kind of decks. And we've now hit critical mass here for burn spells, I think, though. From a variety of sources. However, the most important card in this deck, perhaps in the anthology as a whole, is the new Laelia the Blade Reforged. And this card, it was only legal in Commander and Legacy and like Cube and stuff like that. As such, a card not many Magic players are familiar with, but familiarize yourself because this card is broken. 3 mana 4, effectively a 3/3. It's 2/2 when you play it, but it attacks and grows immediately. It's a haste creature. Whenever it attacks, exile a top card of your library. You may play that card this turn, and whenever one or more cards are put into exile from your library or graveyard, put a counter on it. So, immediately comes in, it attacks, exiles a top card, it's a 3/3. So it scales, it grows every turn. It's a great body, a 3/3 haste for 3 is insane. And then, it allows you to draw a card each turn, it grows each turn, and it also triggers off other things that exile cards. So for example, you plus Chandra to exile a top card to cast it, Laelia grows. Exile card in your graveyard, Grim Lavamancer, Laelia grows. So it has with Blast too, Electrostatic Blast, exile your top 3 cards, Laelia grows. So it has these little synergies built in where it would be totally good enough without the synergies, but it's even better with the synergies. So Laelia joins a creature class of Dragon Rage Channeler. It is the nerf version, still very, very good. Soul-Scar Mage, of course, no Sphere yet on Arena, but still very, very good. 2 Grim Lavamancer's to help exile cards in the graveyard and deal repeating damage. And then Kumano faces Kakkazan. Pretty awesome card, actually. A little bit of damage, a little bit of buff, and then a haste creature as well. Now, the burn spells here are from the Alchemy sets, and they're both quite good. Electrostatic Blast is one of my favorite cards released in the last few years. 2 mana for a shock. But whenever you cast your next instant or sorcery spell, this can be multiple turns down the road. Exile top 3 cards of your library, you can play one of those to end a turn. Basically just like expressive iteration, but instead of drawing a card, you get a shock instead, which is really, really good. So Blast is phenomenal. It's better than a cantrip shock. Static Discharge is really cool. It's a 3 damage sorcery spell. It's any target. But then it perpetually increases the intensity. So the next one's 4, the next one's 5, the next one's 6, and so on and so forth, which is really, really cool. We get Pillar of Flame, we get Play of Fire. Those are pretty simple ones. Skewer the Critics is on Arena. It's a card that hasn't seen a ton of play, but plays well with the burn spells. Also plays well with Chandra. Chandra +1, add a red, deal 1 is a free spectacle cost. Not playing Light Up a Stage, I think Laelia and Chandra are enough in that regard. Deck is fast, deck is lean, has great lands here in Den of the Bugbear and Ramunap Ruins, which is great also, a little bit of reach. And just a fast, powerful, aggressive burn deck with a lot of reach. Sideboard gets some new ones also. We got Abrade, we got Molten Impact for a few extra removal spells here, Relic for the Graveyards, Roiling Vortex for those control decks and decks trying to do broken things. Searing Blood's a new one, also in the anthology. Just a great card. Not quite Searing Blaze. You would prefer to do 3 rather than 2, but still very, very good. X Chandra for the control matchups, Chainwhirler for the Llanowar matchups, and then one more Chandra for more control matchups. So that's the deck. Lighten people up. Let's go. First, we word from our sponsor at CoolStuffInc.com.
Cool Stuff Inc. is proud to sponsor Jim Davis. We offer great deals on card games, tabletop RPGs, board games, and more. Get a free token featuring Jim Davis and take 5% off your next order if you use the code JIM5 at checkout. CoolStuffInc.com. Cool stuff in stock.
All right, let's rock and roll here. Do remind you, all, the sound bug is still a thing. There are sounds now. They'll probably fade as the game goes on. So I'm putting a little bit of very light music in the background just for a little more ambience because, frankly, the silence is deafening. Silence is deafening. Hand's good. Interesting spot here. I think we're going to lead on Kumano, not Soul-Scar Mage. Obviously, the Soul-Scar Mage would prowess off the Kumano, but we want this thing attacking as soon as possible, and I want to make sure we use Chapter 2 here to get the +1/+1 counter. There aren't a ton of creatures in our deck, so it's going to be important to want to try and maximize the Chapter 2 here. We get a Swamp. Thoughtseize. Sure. Not ideal. Probably taking Soul-Scar Mage, but turning Soul-Scar Mage into a shock isn't the end of the world. We're already playing a number of shocks in our deck regardless, so... There, deck up on screen here. We draw another Kumano. Okay. I mean, again, not really ideal, but gonna deal with 1. We might just fire off Pillar here. I guess we're gonna hold it, though. We have Spectacle cards, things like that as well, so... We have Etchings of Kumano attacking next turn, hopefully. They have Dreadhorde Arcanist. And we draw a land. Okay. We gotta kill this. Partly because they can recast spells, but partly also just because we just need to be... We want to attack this turn, so... Discharge this. Get it out of here. Gets exiled because of the Etchings ability. And just get in for 2. Now, Pillar of Flame here is interesting because they do have Inquisition and stuff like that in their deck. So we might want to just empty our hand of spells. But if they play a creature, we might want to kill it. I'm going to hold on to it. Obviously, if they Thought Seize it, it's the same thing anyway. The big fear is Inquisition of Kozilek, but we shall see. In the tank at 14. They've got Kroxa, Titan of Death's Hunger. Alright, so we'll ship a land here. It's not too bad. And the Kroxa does not get exiled because it has not been dealt damage. We draw a Channeler, which is great. Alright, so we're going to play Channeler. And I think we just go face now with the trying to enter our Surveil now. So we Surveil. We're going to look at a Laelia on top. We'll keep that one. We'll keep that one. So down to 8. Laelia again, probably the best card in the deck, and perhaps, honestly, one of the best cards in the format. It's the best card in the anthology, I think, and just such an unbelievably good card. And they're just going to skip. Alright, so they maybe missed land drop and just died. So, one of the benefits of playing a deck with mono red is that, you know, when your opponent stumbles, you take maximum advantage of it. When your opponent's playing, you're playing a troll deck and your opponent stumbles, you don't really get to take too much advantage of it because they can just roll back into the game at plenty of time, but that works. So, they are Rakdos Arcanist. Let's say our Pillar of Flames don't seem great. Interested in Relic. Relic also plays really well with Laelia. And then are we interested in like Molten Impact or Abrade to try and kill the Arcanists? I can see bringing in like an Impact or 2, like 2 impacts, cut 2 play with fires. Skewer kills it also, so I guess it's fine. I could see maybe wanting the extra Planeswalker, because we're on the draw this game. So we could always bring in like Planeswalker. We could shave on Skewer the Critics. It's gonna be a little harder to use to Spectacle. We could even go like Chandra, Impact, maybe leave a play with fire and just cut all the Skewers. We gotta make sure like Skewer is just worse on the draw, and if they have a good defensive, you know, they kill a thing or 2. Maybe we want that. Oh, Skewer does play well with the Chandra, obviously, but now we're like a little more controlling. We have 4 Planeswalkers, Molten Impacts, Relics. We can play a bit of a longer game with them. I think I like this. I think I like this. We'll see. We'll see. On the draw, it's a little bit different than on the play, so. Alright, so we draw Channeler, Blast, Impact, Discharge. Look at this. All the great Alchemy burn spells. Love it. Very good. Molten Impact is extremely good. Deals 4 damage to a creature, Planeswalker. And then any excess damage gets stored up for your next instant or sorcery, which is super good. Opponent mulligans 2/6. You can fire up Inquisition. That's pretty good. So that does make our hand a lot worse with no 1-drop, but still good. Still good. A lot of value to be had here. Alright, sure. Lavamancer it is. Do love me some Grim Lavamancer. A card that is in a store. Kind of a card that gets looked over a little bit, but classic Magic card. I miss the Boomer art, though, I must say. Tap Blood Crypt. Just gonna say go. And we'll attack for 1. Lavamancer can poke in. Push it. Sure, that's fine. So play land. Probably gonna blast them. End step. We'll see what they do, but just start getting our damage going and our cards going here. Able the Mirror Breaker. Never mind, we'll blast that one. We could Molten Impact the Goblin instead of blasting it and have our next damage banked up, which is kind of cool. I think I like that, actually. So we'll Impact, and then we'll also trigger our Blast. So we'll Blast face. Untap. And we're going to Impact the 2/2, and then trigger our Electrostatic Blast effect. Look at the top 3. We got land, discharge, discharge. That kind of stinks if you can't cast these. Bugbear is obviously not fine, but play Bugbear, say go. So a little bit of a whiskey. People can discard and draw. They discard Thoughtseize and a land. Alright, so don't want to play this just yet. We're just going to play land, say go. Next turn we can discharge targeting them, and the 2 damage can kill the Fable, which is great. So we're killing Fable at parity, which is awesome. It's a hard thing to do. Alright. Draw Channeler. Cool. So we play land, play Channeler, discharge face, build your own Searing Blaze here. Deal 2 to the Reflection off of the Impact delayed trigger. They're going to push Channeler, which is totally fine. That dies. Look at our top card. Yes, please. Put that one right there. They have 1 card left. We have 2 cards left, and a Bugbear, and a Ramunap Ruins. The lands are so good in this deck. Huge, huge part. Alright. Interesting choice here. That last card could be our removal spell. We could try and fire up Bugbear and see if we can protect our Laelia for a turn. Or we can just jam here. Given that Fatal Push and Stomp are the most commonly played removal spells, I'm gonna Bugbear. It's also a question of do I want to play a land and play our Quaxer or not. I think it's a land. Fire it up. Attack. Alright, so no kill spell. So the thing is that like this was a very safe play. So if we don't have a discard spell, it's still really the kill spell, it's still really good. And if they do, it's like, that's not that bad. So alright, now we're gonna fire up Laelia. And we're gonna attack. Trigger Laelia. Top card is another Laelia. Alright. We're not casting that one, I guess, but play that, play Soul-Scar Mage, say go. And we are completely off to the races here. Even if they were to play like a language, somebody still have the Bugbear too, and the Ruins, so cool. Easy game. So they're a little flooded, but again, taking advantage of it is what Mono Red does best. See if we can't make more quick work of our opponents here. On the play, Lavamancer, Kumano, Chandra, Skewer. Sure. So you get a little Chandra Skewer combo here. We get to just plus this, deal 1 Spectacle immediately, which is kind of cool. We're on Kumano here. Put a counter on Lavamancer. Obviously, Lavamancer's not really a combat creature, but it being a 2/2 for 1 is pretty good. Cool with that. Definitely cool with that. Spire Bluff Canal, Symmetry Sage. Pretty good card, actually. Pretty good card. Play land. Play Lavamancer. Put a counter on it. Say go. Next turn we have Chandra plus Skewer. Shredder. Ledger Shredder. Alright, now we're going to kill that, I think. We draw Laelia, though. Ooh, interesting. Yeah, we're still going to Chandra here. Oh, wait, nope, we can't do that. If we Chandra, and then we cast Skewer, they get to Shred, and then we can't kill it anymore. This might actually just be hard cast Skewer the Critics on Shredder. It's a little awkward, but we kind of want to kill it before it has 4 toughness, and we can't go Chandra into Skewer, so sure. This is not exactly how I like to draw it up, but it is passable. Gets exiled. Attack. Block 1 and go to 17. We now have 1 card in the bin for Lavamancer. They play Sulphur Falls tapped. They're going to Wizard's Lightning my Lavamancer. Sure. This turns into a 3/3 thanks to the triggered ability of Magecraft. We take 3. And now we can hope they don't have a second Wizard's Lightning. They have Light Up the Stage, sure. So, Blue-Red Prowessy deck. They hit Land and Symmetry Sage. Pretty good. We can Laelia here and make Laelia to a 3/3. If we Chandra, we can't do much else this turn. Although Chandra would likely live to our next turn. We're going to Laelia. Laelia. Attack. Trigger. We're going to reveal Mountain. We're going to play that. Could have played Bugbear tap, but we already have one. And we want to get the extra value, so. Big question here is, can they kill my Laelia? Do they have another Witch's Lightning? They have an Arcanist. And they have a Reckless Charge. That'll do it. Alright, so they lose out on their Symmetry Sage. They can attack here and then flashback Witch's Lightning and kill Laelia. That's a pretty good turn. That's a pretty good turn. We're going to need to draw some spells here. We've not drawn Not to run enough spells for the most part, but it's okay. Got 6 power on Arcanist too. Wow, sick turn. Sick turn. We draw another Chandra. Well, that's all 3 Chandras. That's not a very good draw. We're going to play Chandra and try and draw a spell. Top card of our library is a Play with Fire that has no current targets. We might just be dead here, folks, between Reckless Charge and everything else. We're probably just dead, honestly, but... yeah, a few too many Chandras. A few too many Chandras. We're going to bottom Channeler. Play Bugbear, get in for 2. Yeah, the Reckless Charge, Drug Toward Arcanist turn's a pretty good one. It's a pretty good one. Lightning is 3, and that makes it 6. And that makes, yeah, okay. Or just all 4 versus lightning. That's cool too, I guess. All right, you got me. All right, I thought Lightning Bolt was banned in Historic. I was clearly wrong. I was clearly wrong. All right, so tough game there. Very good hand from our opponent, and not a very good hand from us drawing all these Chandras. We're gonna bring in our Abrades and Molten Impacts. Gotta kill those 3 toughness creatures. While we shave these Pillar of Flames, gonna shave a Chandra. Need to shave 2 more cards here. What are our other 2 cards to shave? Impact, Skewer. There's be Play with Fire, honestly. Braid, Blast. We just don't want to braid. We have a lot of ways to kill creatures, honestly. Let's cut the Abrades. They're pretty single-minded. We're on the play, too. Let's try this. Wizard's Lightning. Alright, we are on the play. We got a 1-lander, and we can't really keep this one. Can't really keep this one. We're mulligan. Mulligan. Going to 5. Going to 5. Just not good enough. Blast is great, but this needs to be a higher impact card. Alrighty then. I guess we'll just keep this 5. Alright, so probably dead here. Those are some pretty bad hands, unfortunately. But what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Spire, Blue Canal, Symmetry Stage. Yep. I mean, now we are down many cards. Molten Impact. We're unlikely to be able to deal an extra 1. I'm going to discharge here. I don't think putting an extra, like the 1 leftover damage is going to help too much here. Soul-Scar Mage. Okay. Oh. Okay. A green land is here as well. That's very interesting. I guess we're going to Impact and Kumano. Yeah. We are way behind the 8 ball here. We are down multiple cards of our mulligans, but we have 2 damage stored up, which might not be enough, honestly, to do enough damage to kill something, but they play Iteration. Alright. Now we are really behind on cards. Soul-Scar Mage. Okay. Interesting. Draw a mountain. Okay, we just play lands, they go, I guess. Our deck is trying to help us out here by giving us a bunch of lands that actually do things, but on the mulligan to 5, not really in particularly great shape. I'm going to Wizard's Lightning me and just like fire up for a big attack. This card's really good. This is the buffed version of Symmetry Sage. Very good. Very good. Take 4. End step, channel our Crucible of Defiance. Draw Soul-Scar Mage. I mean, the problem here is that we get blown out really hard if they have a 1-mana removal spell. But I don't think we can beat that anyways, so I'm just going to attack. If they block here and then shock one of these, they're not going to block them all. Wow. Alright. So if we draw a 3 damage spell, we get to kill this and possibly the Soul-Scar Mage also. So, and they're flooding a bit. This is good. Oh, wow. So you're telling me there's a chance. Alright. Send in the clowns. Gonna attack with everything. I have effectively 2 damage and then 2 more damage at instant speed. If I could cast it first, but they have an instant in response to pump their Soul-Scar Mage. Things get ugly, so let's just attack. See what they do. Alright, so this is actually like pretty awesome for us. So we're just gonna let this happen. Awesome. And now we can guarantee kill both of these. So we kill this. And trigger this and kill this. Alright. Maybe our mulligan to 5 is good enough. We'll see. They're flooding pretty hard, so we draw land. Alright, well, I'll never say no to this. Bugbear. Oh my god. Alright. Well, I guess Mull to 5 beats Flood. There's an Arcanist. Do they have the Reckless Charge? Nope, they have land number 7. We draw Laelia. Oh my god. Alright, ship it. In the clowns. Laelia reveals. No, Laelia, that's not great, but sure. Attack. They have okay blocks here. Not great, but okay. Can eat a few things. Block that. Eat a goblin, maybe. Not sure why they would block the Soul-Scar Mage over the 1/1 they would have killed, but sure. They go to 1. We have Ruins in play and Bugbear. Wow. Somebody call the police. Because that was a robbery. Game 3 on the draw. Anything you want to change being on the draw? I think being on the draw, I want to be a little more controlling, honestly. Maybe we just want like more Chandras and the Abrades. Bring like Chandra, Lavamancer Channeler, Soul-Scar Mage, Impact, Discharge. Maybe we got the Skewers again. Just don't want to risk them getting stuck in our hand. And we'll shave a Play with Fire because they have a lot of X3s. I think I like this. I guess they have iteration, so it's like a little harder for us to necessarily grind with them, but I think this is fine. We're still pretty aggressive here. We're just like changing up our removal a little bit and having a little more things for later in the game. Alright, hand's great. Keep. Spire Bluff Canal, Symmetry Sage. Good. We draw Static Discharge. Interesting. Because I kind of want to cast Discharge on turn 2, I don't necessarily want to play Kumano on turn 1 and waste the trigger. You're just playing Channeler and saying go. That's fine. So, kill the RC, pump the things, act for 3, play tap land. Sure. Want to keep the board nice and clear here. We should go land, discharge. Which charge? Discharge. Dreadhorde Arcanist. Do they have Reckless Charge also? They do? Alright, so this isn't like that bad, I guess. We take a lot of damage here. We should take untap and kill it, so. And they are running out of resources. Reckless Charge is so good. I love this card. A Soul-Scar Mage. Okay, so we just go land, Kumano, discharge. So next turn can be Chandra, Soul-Scar, Lavamancer if we draw land. If we don't draw land, it's also cool. Fortunately, charge threatens Chandra. Delver of Secrets. I'm going to charge now. Sure, it's fine. Alright, so this game is probably going to come down to, do they have an instant or sorcery top deck? Never mind, we drew Impact. So, alright, now we're going to Impact. So, kill this. We'll have 3 damage banked up for a future turn, which is awesome. Play Soul-Scar as a 2/3, which is awesome. So next instant sorcery we cast deals 3 damage. They play lands. They go. All right, they're starting to flounder here a little bit. Play Chandra, prowess. Add a red. And cast, I would say, Lavamancer here. Has the damage potential because they play a flyer. We got some food in our graveyard. It's important to note that these discharges are not like Kindle or cards that count cards in graveyard. It just ups the intensity of the card. So it can be exiled, doesn't actually matter. Alright, so they have Soul-Scar Mage. They played a land, so I don't have to worry about them having a spell. Alright, I think we're just playing everything here, so just kill this. I want to keep sorceries in the graveyard, so or keep creatures in the graveyard for delirium possibly. Kill that. Just deal the 1. To guarantee 1. Play this. Prowess. Play this. All right, sweet. What a comeback! You love to see that. You love to see that. All right, let's go. All right, game 3. Match 3, I guess. Blasting. Sure. Works for me. Pretty aggro hand. Channeling a bunch of burn spells. I'm down. We got our blast here for a little card advantage, which is great. I think it's not technically card advantage if you don't kill a creature, but we're Fiend's Tower and Fatal Push. Sure. Let's draw. Kumano faces the thingy. So what do we want to do here? This is interesting. So I guess we could like, I don't want to waste the counter really. We want to cast this early. I guess we'll just cast this. I'll be cast this and then end step play with Fire them honestly and just get our scry on. Deal 1, say go. Land 3. They're gonna march my poor Saga. Okay, it's gone. Upstairs. Lavamancer. We have 1 card in the graveyard. It is repeatable damage, but I think we can do better. I don't mind drawing a 3rd land. Honestly, so I draw Laelia, so Soul-Scar Mage. Alright, sure. Play Soul-Scar Mage, so go. A little awkward here. With an awkward hand. For 17. I'm gonna play a fire again. We're gonna lose our prowess sugar, but this is probably gonna die anyway, so. We see a Dragon Rage Channeler. I mean, they're about to kill my Soul-Scar Mage, but it doesn't really do a lot for us. I guess we just keep it. It's better than a random card, so. Untap, and we'll cast it. And just pillar them. Get our Scry and Prowess on. We have instant and creature. This is going to be sorcery. So very close to delirium. First the Soul-Scar Mage. Alright. Land on top. That's fine. Yeah, Chandra's good here. We can't cast it yet. I was trying to guarantee delirium, so. Alright, they're at 13. And we're delirious. So they go. Just like Esper control, I suppose. Archmage's Charm, draw 3. Or draw 2, I mean, sure. Not gonna land. More damage. Alright, they are on the kill everything plan, I suppose. We're gonna, this is weird. We're gonna blast the main phase to guarantee our trigger. We could skewer them, we would lose our ability to use our cards. We're just gonna say go. A little weird. Skewer's looking pretty awkward here, honestly, I'm not gonna lie. Very Hero of Dominaria, sure. Alright, so untap 2. We draw Static Discharge. Which I'm totally fine just casting. Cast this. Trigger our blast. Look at our top 3. See what comes up. Soul-Scar, land. Take 3. we could just, like, play a land and skewer them. That actually puts them to 4 and then dead to bolt by Ramunap Ruins. Whereas by playing a creature, we're just exposing ourselves to more creature removal. I actually like that. Just play this and skewer them. What do you got? I have a counterspell. Alright. Well, now they're in must-counter territory. Must counter basically every spell unless they have life gain in their deck. So, here's Narset.
Those who cannot perceive beyond the veil of reality.
Just sequencing, folks. Just draw your card before you cast your spell.
Keep an open mind.
Narset reveals Dovin's Veto. Alright, that's one more burn spell we gotta have, I guess. Tap 2, we draw a land. Alright, so there you go. He might have turned the corner here. Might have just turned the corner. Wandering Emperor. Emperor can exile a tap creature and gain 2 life, but must have a target tap creature to gain 2 life, so... Narset again. Alright, sure.
Mind and body should move in unison. Hone your prowess.
Charm again. Alright, well now they have multiple counter spells. They have a clock now too with the, oops. Alright, I mean... Puts you to 4. Probably can't ever resolve a spell, unfortunately, so... They have a bunch of mana up. We draw Laelia. If I cast this, they just get to Wandering Emperor it, so it's almost better just not to cast it, actually, which is pretty funny. I'm gonna cast it. Hopefully they counter it. And just waste the counter spell. If not, we'll just not attack with it, so... Unfortunately, it's the stage of the game where we want to draw burn spells, not creatures.
May your blade strike true.
Yeah, this game we drew a few too many shocks. Play with fire, Pillar of Flame. Just doesn't do enough damage in the control matchups. We need better anti-control-y cards. So looks like they're gonna get this game basically exactly 2 life. They have ultimate on Teferi next turn also. So
Meditate and prepare.
make it 2/2, attack for 2, and yeah, I believe we're out of options at this point. Heh. Yeah, not quite. Alright, that's fine. No worries. Few too many shocks. Now I get to bring in Roiling Vortex, Chandra. We're going to cut the Pillar of Flames and the Play with Fires. I'll just bring in Chainwhirler too, honestly. Just like another creature that can attack. Can, like, dink Planeswalkers also. Yeah, it works for me. The Skewer the Critics are a little awkward, but now we have 5 Planeswalkers to lean on. So, if one of those shocks had been a Planeswalker, maybe we crossed the finish line there, but they were just a little bit too short. Alright, on the play. Hand's passable. Not great, but passable. Resolving Chandra on 3 would be pretty awesome. Blasting is fine too. Alright. So, wasted our trigger, that's fine. We're just gonna blast right now, I think. I'll say go. We'll end step blast. Maybe draw the counter spot, we can resolve Chandra. Tap land, sure. And thought, ugh, that sucks. Alright. That's unfortunate. Drawing 5th land and getting Thoughtseize is not part of our plan, but sure. Go face, untap, draw another blast. Alright. We can just blast again and then trigger my my other play. Yeah, I'm cool with that, I guess. Blast revealing Chandra, Soul-Scar Mage, land. So we lose Chandra, but we play Soul-Scar Mage. Have another delayed trigger teed up also, so We're going to draw a spell here. That's definitely a given, but... We're going to Fatal Push my Etchings. We draw Den of the Bugbear. I mean, I guess if it's a land, it's going to be it's a good land, but... Alright. Land 5, or 4. Roiling Vortex. Roiling Vortex ain't bad. I think I mean, this is like a turn where we fire a Bugbear and they just kill it. It kind of stinks, but... I think we just want to do it. Make them kill the Bugbear, and then we try and double spell on a future turn. Sure, push that. That's fine. Attack for 1. Now they can't Emperor us either, so... Land 5. Day of Judgment, my 1/1 creature. Sure. Land Vortex, go. Get the Vortex on. 1 damage to each player on their upkeep. And I can pay a red so they can't gain life. Okay. I mean, Vortex turns off the life gainy part of this card. Let's draw a spell here, please. I need to draw a spell here. That was not a spell. That was another land. Okay. I mean, as far as lands go, it is a good one, I guess. Take 1. I mean... Yeah, so... Teferi, Hero of Dominaria. Okay. Will they tuck my Vortex? Looks like they will. So... No life gain for you this turn, but now we have to draw a good spell next turn. So they go to 5. We have the delayed trigger on our Electrostatic Blast. We really need to draw an instant or sorcery, honestly. Here comes Trawler. I guess if we draw an instant sorcery, we also get to cast our thing. Laelia. Okay. We need a hit, folks. Laelia's got to do something for us here. We need to... Yeah, Laelia. They have 1 mana up. We're going to attack them, and we're going to hit a burn spell. Come on, Laelia, help me out. No! Oh, no. All right. Well, that's probably it. We need a spell there. So many cards in our deck just killed him right there, but that's okay. All right. Yeah, Fatal Push also. They're at 2. They're about to draw 3 more cards this turn and gain 6 life. Oh my god. Alright. Sure. This Esper control player is having a little time of their life, just barely turning the corner 2 games in a row against mono red. Alright, Narset is means I don't have it yet, probably. I'll probably find it though, so Archmage's Charm. Okay. Do they have a kill spell for Laelia? God, of course they do. Alright, now we're drawing Vortex, so we can't even, they can counter it too. Alright, actual perfects from our opponent. Alright, you got us. You got us. They turn the corner basically perfectly both games. Trawler's pretty nasty too. Without the life gain from that Trawler turn, we're probably okay, but what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Mono-red's great. This deck is really, really good. Laelia is phenomenally good. The burn spells could be a little better for sure. You know, the shocks, we saw in that first game, like if those shocks were lava spikes, we won that game. So need to be careful with playing like too many just like actual shocks in your deck. But they're kind of meant to kill creatures. You know, we do have we have Skewer and Discharge to deal damage to face. Chandra. Light up a stage could be a possibility, but I don't want to have too many effects like Chandra and Laelia and like I get clunked up on them. But deck seems super sweet. The right cards are really, really good. I'm missing Bomat Courier a little bit. I do love me some Bomat Courier. I could see maybe wanting to work in Bomat Courier because the card's just so good. It's a great way to refill also. But yeah, deck seems super sweet. Definitely a fun place to go. Laelia is very, very good. So if you're playing Explorer, I'm sorry, Explorer. If you're playing Historic, you should definitely be playing Laelia in one way or another. It's great in mid-range decks also, which is pretty cool too. So that's the deck. I'm Deducer, CoolStuffInc.com. Thanks for watching. Reminder, there's a companion article to this video as always on CoolStuffInc.com. You can use my promo code Jim5 to get 5% off your order and a free Jim Davis Goblin token, which is super awesome. And you're all great. Thanks for watching. Appreciate it. See you next week. Have a good one, folks.